Oh my God, the dishes.
Whoa, we're live. Holy cow. Wow, that's some bright lighting.
Excuse my dishes.
Hey, there's dishes in the back that need to be
Oh,
done.
wow.
So if you're just jumping in, come on here and do the dishes.
Whoops.
For those of you who are here, can someone just let us know that you can hear us pretty well and we should be good to go there?
Any volunteers on the dishes?
Anybody want to do dishes? RJ, are you in here that you can just give us a thumbs up, let us know that you can hear us?
Did you spray the door yet?
No. Well, actually, we do. That's a kind of a funny thing. I'll jump right into that. The grand design door, the front door is always squeaking, and especially after it rains. I think it's something to do with that hinge system. But yes, every time it rains, I got to go out the next day and spray the door. And we have done it. And now it rained again. In fact, that's what we're doing here today. It's a big rainy day here in the mountains of Tennessee. We are in, where are we, Carrie?
We are in Sevierville.
Yes, we are in Sevierville, Tennessee. We are right outside of Pigeon Forge. We,
Technically, Wares Valley, but
yeah, and it has been absolutely amazing. Hello, everyone. Thank you for birthday wishes. We're not going to talk about that yet. We are going to cover a few topics today. We got some interesting things to talk about. One thing I got to say right off the bat is that doing live streams, we don't do these too often. I think once every 10,000 subscribers, I think is about when we do these or so. It is hard to remember to do all these things. So I beg you folks to remember that we are not professionals. We are just average people with a camera, a keyboard, and a whole lot of hilarity that's in our brains that never makes it out on screen. But
however,
yeah, but no, we are in Sevierville. We are Wares Valley, a beautiful little RV park here, which is Cove Creek RV Resort. We've been here for a couple of weeks. They are absolutely incredible people, and this is probably one of the nicest RV parks that we've been in. Not for amenities, um, but just simply for it is just been, well, it's been perfect.
The views are amazing.
We are down in the valley. We've got mountains around us. Just excellent people. The weather has been, with the exception of today, has been really well, nice, just happy. And I got so much going through my brain right now, but it has been nice. It has been perfect. There's been no humidity. Bob's not sweating everywhere, and it's just been great.
Oh my word!
I just want to say hello to a few people. Kimberly, hello, and thank you. Let's see, we already said hello to RJ. Hello, Joy. Let's see, Liza. I hope I'm terrible with names, so hopefully I'm getting that right. Hello to you as well, and thank you for the birthday wishes. Paul, that's right, Chuck's birthday. And Firehawk, Colorado, happy birthday. Alan, hello to you as well. And this is what we're at. But the big news, I'm going to jump right in, is that this live stream was supposed to happen at, believe it or not, at the 20,000 subscriber mark. We actually plan on doing this. And then it went from 20,000 to, we were instantly over 20,000. And then we said, all right, we'll regroup and we will do this at 25,000. And y'all blew through that too. So we are incredibly grateful for what's been going on. The response has been absolutely awesome, and we are appreciative of everybody who's joined us so far. And I guess that's really all I got to say about that. Channel memberships is another thing that we're working on. So if you are a channel member already, we want to thank you for, well, basically sticking with us because we're still trying to figure this all out.
It's a lot.
You know, this is the thing.
Really is.
Nobody tells you when you start doing YouTube that you are going to get bombed with all this stuff and it's going to happen all at once. Nobody tells you how to circumvent these things, how to navigate through these things. It is crazy. If you are a channel here or you're working on a channel or have a channel, make sure you give yourself a little heart or something there and let everybody know your channel name and what you're working on. because there's always a great way for us to find new content. Because believe it or not, we don't watch a lot of RV segment content. I think we've covered that before.
Yeah.
And it's the reason being is that we try not to have anybody else influence what we do.
Absolutely not.
Plus, I'm vocal, and a lot of people can't seem to handle that. Although there's a lot of people who have
They
been
can't.
copying that lately. This seems to be something we find funny from time to
What do
time.
you always say? What did you say to me when
Often
we
duplicated, but never. Wait a minute.
No.
Often imitated, but never
There
duplicated.
you go.
And that seems to be the trend now going through YouTube. I'm not going to go on a big rant, but when we started being ourselves on YouTube and we said some things that were against the status quo, a lot of people were not very happy about what we had to say. But now we are happy to report there's probably about 100 channels that are doing exactly what we did, and we've actually given up doing that. Because who needs a whole bunch of people calling out a whole bunch of stuff when they're just going to do the same thing over again, and that's the trend. But now,
yes,
what I got to say is this
What's
is the
that?
news coming in. My phone has been blowing up with people that have my number because apparently there's more than 5 or 6.
Oh no.
The emails have been coming over. We've got the instant messages.
Oh,
Apparently, the Hershey RV show is considered a flop. And while the numbers I'm quite sure are coming out from the event coordinators will be that it was the best one ever, what we're hearing from a content creator standpoint was that it's kind of fizzled out and nobody cares anymore because, well, they beat that horse to death. Very interesting, considering that for those of you who don't know, the Hershey RV show is the largest of the shows on the East Coast during the season, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And if you are an influencer, and I use that term loosely, but if you have a channel or you have a social media following, they will let you in for free. They invite you for free.
You have to have X amount of subscribers / followers.
It's not that big of a
No.
quota to me because when we were nobodies, and we still are, but when we were just starting, as you've seen from that little clip at the trailer here, for those of you who caught that, they'll let anybody in as long as you have the presence in 100 people. And what we're hearing is that the ones that went, and I'm not going to be disrespectful to anybody, but it was not the same tier of influencers that they've had years past. And overall, that the response to the influencers was not that good.
No, and others had to be there because they were obligated to be there.
Yeah, and that's a couple of things we want to point out. Some of the larger channels that were there are contractually obligated to be there. That's part of these brand ambassadorships. The ones that are sponsored by Winnebago, by StarCraft, and a few others, Alliance being one of them, is that is part of your ambassadorship, that you need to be there in order to get that discounted RV. You have to show up at those RV shows and be a spokesperson for them. But overall, the content creator segment, as far as influencing at these big RV shows, is finally coming to a head because, well, no one wants to pay $20 to go watch a whole bunch of RVs and then go meet a couple of YouTubers as well. For those of you who wonder why we stay away from them, that clip from Boston in 2020 was the one and only RV show that we've done under a press pass. We had, I think, 100 and something subscribers at the time. What
did you call it? The YouTube starter kit. We had the shirts. We had the GoPro. We had everything that says we're YouTubers.
Yeah, and we did it all wrong.
Never again.
And it was probably, the interesting part about it was we got to learn a lot. And as I go back into, nobody tells you when you start YouTube to you're going to have all these things to do, and all these things are going to come at you all at once, especially as you grow. So everything's a learning curve. And what we found out pretty quickly is that the organizers of these events, they let in the social media people for free, so that you go out and promote it as being the greatest event ever. And let's face it, it's an RV show. We've been to Hershey. We've been to Hershey a few times as ourselves. No channel name, no nothing. We're in and we're out because we're looking at something specific. But those ones there, boy, they hang on to that. And from what we're seeing is that they're not getting the return on the investment of inviting these influencers in. So it's going to be an interesting thing as we've turned down the invitation for Tampa. We will not be in Tampa again this year because we don't see a need to go. But it is interesting to see how the things are changing, especially in the space that we are in and we occupy. So that's pretty
cool.
interesting. What's your take on all this?
I think it's a long time coming, to be honest with you, because last year Hershey was just inundated with everything YouTube.
Right.
And I think without that influence, I guess you would say, they would have the time and actually speak to like Grand Design Alliance themselves versus somebody that was just given something to, hey, go take it out on the road.
Right, and that's a big point.
Yeah.
We're not huge fans of RV shows in particular,
No.
because for various reasons we believe strongly in supporting your local dealership, because really that's what it's about. A lot of these RV shows are well, they're the big boys, and that's all they cater to. But looking at Hershey and seeing some of the social media feed, we kind of knew something was askew when our feed wasn't blowing up with the typical look at me stuff. So that's an interesting trend to see where these RV shows go, because we all know the industry is in upheaval at the moment, or is it? And that's another thing we're going to talk about really quickly. I know it's not part of our notes.
Hey.
But going slightly off topic, has anybody considered what we are finding to be called non-fluencing? And this is the newest trend that we're seeing through sponsorships that come over to us. Now, for those of you who don't know, we get, I would say on average, somewhere between 20 to 40 offers a month to be sponsored by XYZ product. And the newest trend now is we want you to take this product and we want you to show it and showcase it, but we want you to do it in a way that it doesn't look like it's an ad anymore.
It's like you've always had it and you're just going, ooh, look at this. This is so pretty.
Yeah, I can't believe I just tripped over my brand new air conditioner from RecPro. And so we're starting to see a lot of this coming through. And as it was presented to us, is there a possible new trend of non-fluencing where you don't recommend a brand anymore? You just come out and bash every other brand except for the brand that's in front of you. And especially as we see big channels blowing up, is this a potential thing that's happening? You guys let us know what you see. Are you starting to see more in your feeds of people denouncing this brand without recommending another one? But they're just very heavy and they seem to always stay away from some other brands. And this is that unambassador, this influencer thing.
Just something to pay attention to.
Yeah, next time you happen to be watching a YouTube video and somebody just seems to be overly passionate about knocking a brand of RV or whatever, just wonder about the ones that they never knock or they never mention. And is that a possibility that you're being uninfluenced? The world of YouTube is a crazy, crazy thing. It's we'll leave it at that.
Well, talk about influencing. So our subscribers have influenced us. We've influenced them, probably not in a whole lot of a good way.
We try not to.
But we need to talk about this logo thing.
This was something, here's what's funny. The logo that's currently branding all our stuff is one that Karri and I put together. We don't have a graphic background, obviously. It's something that we put together almost 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
And we believe after a while things have run its course. We're working on a few new things, and one of them was changing out the logo. If you follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, or right here on YouTube, through our community page, we put out some logo ideas, and wow, lots of feedback. Which
was great.
If you happen to have seen those, we've decided that we are going to put a hold on the new logo, and we're going to just basically make some subtle changes to our current one so that we know where we are. You'll probably see that in the next couple of weeks. I never really thought that a logo from two 50-something-year-olds is a big thing. Um, let's see. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. This is crazy. I don't know what a lot of this stuff is, but Big Family Expedition, wow,
Oh, wow.
gifted 5 Life Redesigned memberships. So apparently 5 people were just,
Oh my
wow, that
gosh.
was really awesome of you.
Thank
And
you.
thank you. And yeah, wow. Kenny, and I'm assuming this is Kenny and not Chrissy. You know, you could have been right ringside with us. For you, those you don't know or don't follow us on social media, Karri took me out to see one of my. I've been wanting to see this forever. Here in Pigeon Forge, they have micro wrestling, which is little people wrestling. Uh, I had started watching their show, Big Little Brawlers,
Yeah.
and got really hooked on it pretty quick. And I'm a huge wrestling fan. And we got to go see these guys and gals, and they put on one hell of a show.
It's just fun from the time you walk in the door till the time you leave.
And maybe in the next few weeks, you'll see some of that footage come out in the video. But what a great time to be part of that. It was just awesome. They do a phenomenal show. So you ever in Pigeon Forge, and if you are a recognizable wrestling fan, check out the Microtorium and the Micro Wrestling Federation. They put on one hell of a show.
It's fun. It's definitely fun.
And yeah, so just a great thing. But Kenny, that was absolutely amazing. Cool. And Alan, do I talk in my? He wants to know if I talk in my sleep.
Yes, Alan. Yes, he does.
I probably do. Yep, that happens. And believe it or not, I go through periods of being quiet too.
And that's scary. Like
and
when he's quiet.
A purple scrubby. I don't remember what purple stands for, but I'm probably going to say no because, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Mark, and congratulations on 25,000 subs. Thank you. None of this is possible without somebody to make videos for, so we are extremely happy with all of that stuff. Let's see. We covered Alan. Brienne, Karri, you look so pretty. Happy birthday, Bob.
Brienne.
Hey, wait, this is about my birthday. This isn't about you.
It's about me right now. She said me.
And absolutely, she does. Karri does look pretty nice today, I got to say.
Okay, well, you know what? So you don't look that bad for an old man. He is. He's going to be 51 years young.
51, and that's pretty crazy.
So happy birthday, my love.
Oh, thank you. I kiss you, but you got lipstick on. Yeah, and yeah. So switch back, Texan. Get back to Texas. So we were in Texas. I always feel bad about this because we were in Texas last year for my birthday, as a matter of fact, and maybe I wasn't out far west enough. We went down Texoma, down to Colorado River. We were down to Lake Whitney. So we've been through Houston. We've been through San Antonio, Waco. I wasn't impressed with Texas. And I always say this, and I feel horrible. Everybody was friendly. Everybody was awesome. I think I was looking for more towards that western side of Texas, and I just didn't get it. And it was okay. The Buc-ee's are small. The Buc-ee's were incredibly small. I wasn't used to small Buc-ee's. We went to Galveston.
Yeah.
We had a nice time there. There was no waves, but we went there. It just didn't do it. Is that bad? Like I don't know what I was expecting, but we even went to the silos. We went to Chip and Joanna Game. We went to that whole
that was
Magnolia.
Cool.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, that was cool, but I did not expect this beautiful landscape to just be plopped down in the middle of the city. It was just the most awkward thing. I mean, nice, but it was just awkward.
And y'all drive like just
Crazy.
maniacs. I gotta say, Texas, literally 75 miles an hour in the breakdown lane, and somebody giving me 4 middle fingers, and I don't even know how you pull that off. But it was legit. We would go to, and I want to say we were outside of Houston a lot. That was when we had the black tank done.
Yep.
So we had to keep going into Houston for things. And I don't drive fast anymore, but there was a lot of middle fingers flying at us. And I don't know if it was the Florida plates.
I'm just gonna.
I don't know if it was my, maybe it was because I wasn't wearing blue jeans. I don't know what it was, but nobody liked me in Texas. And I felt awful. Although we were in Austin, Texas. I'll say this: Austin, Texas was nice. We didn't spend a lot of time there. I wish we had, but that's where we got the Keurig.
Yes.
But it was nice. Austin was very nice. The rest of Texas hates my face, and that's okay. I am an acquired taste.
Yep.
But I want to go through. Deborah, thank you.
Aw.
Let's see, Joy. Let's see. Can't camp right now or own an RV. You know, we're hearing this a lot.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, it's a thing. If we can provide a little bit of the outside for you, we are more than happy to.
Absolutely.
Let's see, Mel, happy birthday! Thank you very much, Joy, because I love you guys' sense of humor. And you would think that we wouldn't have a sense of humor, but we do.
Oh, we do. We have to.
How many of you guys and gals have seen the latest video that we put out last Thursday about just the stupid things that people think about RV life or whatever it was called? That video, if you ever want to know what Bob and Karri are like off camera, that is legitimately how we are. Those takes throughout that whole video were not the takes that we were going to use. This was one we just ended up, I needed to get things together. We laughed as we did it and we put it up. But that is legitimately how we are. The Star Wars, Star Trek thing, she doesn't care either way. But just to bust my ass about it.
I still like Star Wars better than Star Trek. So
she doesn't know a Wookiee from an Ewok.
You.
But that is legitimately how we are a good portion of the time.
Absolutely. Go Darth Vader. Yes.
And the best part about that video, and again, if you haven't watched it, go back and watch it because it is legitimately us. The best part about that video was I'm messing with her because we don't do scripts, right? So we just have outlines and we'll have a talking point, and then it's just probably me rambling and Karri giving me dirty looks behind my back. So we're doing this thing, and I said to her, I said, well, what's been stressful for you on the road, right? Because Karri's normally laid back and carefree. And I'm thinking she was just going to give me this answer, just a little quick answer, and be like, oh, I'm never stressed out or something like that. So I could do my Spock Vulcan thing. Yeah. And she went on forever. And if you just look at, I'm just dying because this is the one time.
I talk too much. I'm like,
the one time where you just went full bore with it, and I'm sitting here I'm just like, what the hell is she doing? And I watched it back, and I'm seeing it, and I can see it in my face. I'm going, she's just never gonna shut up. She's gonna be like me.
Quit your bitching.
I know.
I talk too much. I talk. Nah.
The other side of YouTube, for you guys and gals that don't know, the other side of YouTube is we constantly feel like I'm being slapped in the face, and because we get comments. Literally, it's a flood of comments, especially if we have a video that goes really well. And the comments come in, and there's always these comments where you guys are great, and then I go, oh, see, wow, we did something well, right? That's what the feedback you want. And then the next one is you suck, and then it's you're great, and then you suck, and it's this constant barrage of nonsense on YouTube lately, which I don't understand why you would constantly criticize content creators when you're watching for free. I watch YouTube, and I never leave a bad comment, because good, bad, or indifferent, I got to enjoy some content, right? But my God, they will just beat us up 1 minute, tell us they love us the next, and we had one today that did it both in one comment. So at any rate, Lambo and Doc, have we been to the Alamo? Yes. We have been to the Alamo.
And that was another thing, like, for real? Like, so tiny.
we got there. We walked past it, and we didn't even know it was there.
The people inside, the lady inside, because there was such a long line, she's like, "Oh, well, there's a movie if you just want to watch it," and that was it.
Oh yeah, and they even told us like it's a really long wait to watch this little movie. You probably don't even want to see it. You can get out now.
I was like, "Whoa, all right."
But where was it that we really enjoyed was the Riverwalk.
That was beautiful,
gorgeous. We had a great time. Yeah, I kid about Texas, but it was kind of funny.
But that's another thing, like Waco, like like Magnolia. I always wanted to go, and you see it on YouTube, and it's like this big elaborate, like it's its own little place in its own little separate part of the world.
She got influenced.
This is like I did, and I was disappointed. The same thing with the Christmas tree.
The Dr. Pepper Museum. And for you guys that don't know, the Christmas tree is the Times Square's Christmas tree, which we catch so much flack for this too. Carrie and I wanted to see the Times Square Christmas tree because it's bigger than life. And especially if you're in New England, it's one of those things that they want you to go see. Yes, I know New England is not part of New York, and New York is not part of New England. But we went to New York. We took the rail in, and then we took the subway out. At any rate, we get there, and from what we were expecting, it was small, and we don't see what all the hubbub was.
No.
And I had been going to New York since I was like 13. I used to spend my summers in Brooklyn. My mother would ship me off with her friend, so I've been through like St. Pat's and all that stuff 1,000 times. No, we get over there, and the Christmas tree is small.
Even the windows at Macy's.
And we said, "Oh yeah, that was another one." But when we said that in the video, people threatened to burn my house down.
That was bad.
So Charlie, hello Charlie. Cover some of these comments. We're really bad at these live streams, so bear with us. I'll try to cover everybody. Thank you very much, Lisa May. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. That intro, that I had a lot of fun putting that together. That was nice. It was nice for our kids to join in on that.
RJ.
And but just remember, Dad always wins because I've got video everywhere.
Yes, he does.
Alan, yes, the one where my wife gave me the finger. Yeah.
I do that a lot.
She does it. And we're starting to, at this point, so for those of you who don't know, Carrie and I are very, we have a very, very strong value system. We don't go into this too often. We have a very strong value system, but we also know how to have fun. So we are the people that will, I will personally swear like a trucker and then get into church and I'll just forget about it. But we're starting to let a little more of that out. It's not every video, but no. You know, we're 50s. We're in our 50s.
But you didn't see it. You knew.
You knew it was there, but yeah, and it's just little bits of fun. Let's see. And all about the alternative. We know a lot of people that are doing full-time, living full-time in RV parks. And, you know, it's funny, some of the nicest people we've met on the road are annuals. And they've just been awesome. There's always some that aren't, just like anything in life right now. There's good and bad. So as long as you are happy, that's really all that matters. And that's another thing I want to talk about real quick is this new trend. And I wasn't going to go into this because I've been saving this, but this new trend on YouTube from small channels, and it's mostly small channels, that are criticizing RVers of all kinds because you don't go out boondocking in the middle of the woods. Now, I'm going to say this for probably the last time, but Carrie and I have boondocked more times than we probably want to admit. We know what we're doing. We have lived that lifestyle, and it's just not for us. For those who you don't know, Carrie is a cardiac patient, which means that I need to I got to protect her from time to time, and we need things like, you know, electricity and running water and, you know, all the things that modern society has. But we still live this life. There's a lot of people that seem to think, and again, it's just this new narrative that's out there that if you're not this ultra boondocker with 85 solar panels, 10 generators, and 50 bearded batteries, you are not living a good life. In fact, you're just, what's the word? Glamping.
Yeah, glamping.
And just to that, I say that's a bunch of bullshit. And I'm just going to call it the way I see it. And that is, if you are, because, and here's the problem I have with that. And I'm going to try not to get pissy because this is all about me and my day. But
Okay.
here's the deal. If you are, I don't know, you have a CPAP, you have medical conditions. We meet people all the time that are in their 70s that are out here. How the hell do you sit there and criticize somebody for just simply living? And this new trend with these, and again, they're small little YouTube channels, but they're out there just attacking people because they don't live in the middle of the woods on BLM land, as they're talking about how free it is. And well, in fact, it's not free. It's paid for by taxpayers' money, and you have the ability to stay there for 14 days. But and again, we don't attack anybody for the way they live. We attack people for lying, but we never attack people for living. And this is something that's it's been brought to our attention by quite a few of these smaller channels. And I don't know if it's for clout or what it's for. But anytime you have somebody criticizing, I think how stupid in a first world problem
Yeah.
that we have that you're out there criticizing people because they use regular toilet paper and they don't camp out in the middle of the woods, uh, just whatever because they have other needs. It's disgusting, and I think anybody that if you're a content creator and you're doing that, then you're pathetic. And there I said it. But I just, oh God, that really gets me. And the best part is, a lot of them call themselves Christians. And I don't know, but that's not in my book. That's not how I was raised to be a Christian. But hey, I'm going to get off of that. Uh, but it's been bugging me, and I've wanted to say it, and I'll probably touch on it in a video because why wouldn't I? But I just think anytime that you trash somebody for their way of living is just horrible. I don't care. We've said it before. If you're in a pop up, if you're in a bus, if you're in a '87 Volkswagen Rabbit, we don't care how you're camping. Get out there and do it. And who's the guy that I like with the beard and the long hair? Bob Wells. And I
Yeah.
think Bob is a perfect example of getting people out there and spreading the message that it doesn't matter how you do it as long as you're out there doing it. You got one life, you live it your way. There, I said that. All right, now let's get back into some comments here. Oh, Switchback texting with the Star Wars. What is this? You people are turning on me. I thought people liked me. Barek, my
Team
cat.
Penelope.
Greetings and happy birthday from New Hampshire. Let me
Wow.
guess, 43 degrees overnight tonight,
Ooh.
as my colleagues up there at the New Hampshire office are telling me on every morning meeting that it is getting cold up there. Rosalie, happy birthday, Bob. Love you both. Syracuse, New York. She's mine, but thank you. Let's see. Let's see. Rebuilding Dreams. Happy birthday. Thank you very much. The original Star Trek with everything can't be absolutely joy. That's what it's all about. It's those
Joy.
cheesy little moments in life. Paul, I don't understand why you can't love both Star Wars and Star Trek. Look, here's the thing. Star Trek is plausible, and Star Wars is, well, it's a kids show. Um,
Who is the one being the child?
but I will say, as
I
Chris
didn't get
pointed
my
out,
way.
when Disney bought out Star Wars, this is all I'm going to say on this. I did go see the movie in 3D with you, and I had a blast. It was a great movie. Those three that they made after the original three, those are trash. But that's me. Uh, and that's all about the alternative. There's always somebody out there that has something to say against you,
This is true.
especially in the world we live in now. This seems to be a thing. No matter what side of anything that you're on, there's always somebody who's going to criticize you and try to shut you down.
Yep. Good luck.
Yeah, it's just sad, and I think a lot of that has to do with the internet. But that's my get off my lawn moment, as my kids know. SNS Farms, you got to get to Arkansas soon and very soon. We have been to Arkansas. We shot over when we were in
We went
Branson,
to see
Missouri,
that show.
in Eureka Springs.
Yes, that's a cool place.
Boy, talk about a great place. Eureka Springs has a magician there who's absolutely phenomenal. We went into this little tiny show of maybe 15 people, absolutely incredible. But I really want to go back to Arkansas because I want to go through Hazen. because me
Oh,
and the police
Chief
chief,
Bradley Taylor.
me and the police chief have to have a little chat about whose voice is sexier, and I think it's mine. Yeah, that's right. I said it. That's inside jokes, guys. Let's see, but yes, definitely on our list to get back through to Arkansas as we head out west. RJ, yeah, we're going to have to chat about that. I'm quite sure. But let's see. Hey, I'm a trucker and I don't cuss. Alan, I appreciate
Good for
you.
you.
I grew up an Italian in a very strong Italian house. I'm surprised that I do cuss in English more than I do anything else.
And anytime I cuss, I've learned from him.
Yeah, it's always my fault. Let's see. I agree with you on the boondocking thing. We love to do it, but it's not for everyone. And it's not. And neither is RV living. Is not for everyone. RV parks and whatever. But I can tell you, a lot of these channels, their thinking on things are absolutely crazy. We've been accused of spending upwards of $5,000 a month. Let me tell you, I am cheap. I won't pay more than $1,000 a month. And
even that, it has to be in a prime location.
And keep in mind that I work full time, so I need to be connected on all levels. So we have connected internet. Everybody knows the channel sponsor. I also rely on backups as well. The park Wi-Fi should a tower go down. And I had that happen this morning where the T-Mobile tower that connected was using went down, and I still need to be connected. So I used the camp Wi-Fi until connected. It was 10 minutes, but still 10 minutes. Connected was able to switch me over to AT&T. So I rely on those. And again, I do have somebody I have to take care of here. It just irritates me. That's all. And especially with us, our fan base or audience or however you want to look at it, we have older people here. It's an older crowd, which I absolutely love. And there's a lot of, guys, look, we get a lot of emails from people that have huge amounts of medical conditions, huge amounts of personal issues, everything from cancer to just stuff that literally I can't even answer them. I have Karri do it. I just don't have the capacity for it. But for me, I take it so personally, and not a sympathy thing. But I had a brother who had muscular dystrophy, and he died at 20, who couldn't do a lot of things. And for people to criticize other people's way of living because they're not able-bodied, or someone not thinking that there's other people that have issues, really bothers me to my core. And it's one of those things that I won't let go. It's just the way it is. And it's a shame that the words RV living has been hijacked to mean so much nonsense. And these people think that it's going to get them internet clout. I'll throw you a few subscribers if you feel that way. Let's see. For us, it's a temporary thing for now because we're in between homes. This is, we see a lot of this too, where we're just traveling the backwoods here, and there's a lot of new construction going on here, and there's a lot of RVs where people are in there in between that period or while they're having a house built. Lambo and Doc, they're boondocking as we speak. Cracker Barrel. Yeah, we've got one of those coming up too. Yep. We actually prefer the 95 southbound rest area in North Carolina.
Best sleep ever.
Absolutely. And Alan, you're right. Some people aren't happy unless they're bitching, and we see a lot of that. This, for those of you, some of you do know, some of you don't know, there's channels out there that are dedicated to tearing other channels down, and we're not talking about subtle little jabs because they took a sponsor and they lied about a product. We're talking about just simply there's a channel that somebody lives and somebody does their thing, and they're not bothering anybody. You have the choice to watch or not watch. And there are other channels that have made their entire YouTube career attacking that channel for being them. And we saw this with Yankee in the South, Dawn and Will, who are out of Gatlinburg here, which is one of our little guilty pleasures of watching them. Just simple, wholesome content.
They're really nice people.
And they're
not
just
that I met them, but
two people just doing their thing, right? May not be for everybody. That's a very simple way of living in how they do things, and they're just simple people. And there's parody channels of them. There are people that make fun of them for their weight. There's people that make fun of them for the way they talk. It's really just sad. But anyway, this is all about me. And you know, and that's the thing is it was funny when we did our channel and we started doing this. Uh, we said it was just our thing, and we never really set out to be an RV only channel. And that was the funny part about redesigning a logo is everybody wanted the RV to be relevant and prevalent, I should say. And it's just a small thing of who we are. Let's see. Uh, Earl Workman, we are currently at Myrtle Beach, a little wet, but still nice to be out. Yes, I'm hearing good things about the Myrtle Beach area right now, despite all the rain. Our kids are there now, as a matter of fact. We will be back
In
end of November.
November.
Yep. Let's see. Hi from West Virginia, Alan. Thank you, and I appreciate the good birthday wishes.
Aww.
Let's see. You know, you're right. Big Family Expedition. You're absolutely right. And for those of you who are here and are listening to my rant, you want to check out a nice, clean channel. Check out Big Family Expedition. Kenny and Chrissy are just awesome people.
They are an amazing family. They have 6 children.
6. I don't know where they're going to put them on the bus, but they're out there somewhere. I don't even know where. Where are you guys, by the way? I know you were. I don't want to give away any spoilers to your channel,
away.
but you're away. Are you back? Are you heading into civilization? What's going on with you? And why haven't I seen the inside of that bus? You're driving me nuts. Where are you going to put all these kids? uh, you know, that's enjoy. You nailed it. How we RV can change over time.
Yeah.
Carrie and I started with that little pop-up camper, and look where we are now. You know, let's see, it's just crazy. The North Shore of Minnesota, no, we haven't, Barb. I know. So our current plans for 2025, I think we can safely say we are looking to head out to the Midwest, and I'll probably catch crap for having the wrong Midwest, West Coast, whatever. We plan on stopping in Colorado. We'll be leaving South Carolina, going out to Colorado, and then out to Utah. Idaho, the Dakotas. I don't know if we're going to touch the West Coast like Washington and Oregon and California on this trip.
But it's a nice stretch. It's good.
I know Minnesota. I've been on a business trip to Minnesota. I've been to the airport, the hotel, and then back. So that's much as I know about Minnesota. I do know that the Mall of America, as sad as that sounds, is on my bucket list, and we want to go because there's that roller coaster inside. So then we have a lot of things planned, but you know, we kind of just take it where it goes. Let's see. So yeah, so Minnesota at some point. Yeah. Let's see. There's no wrong way to RV. Absolutely. Let's see. I'm trying to read some of these, so I apologize if I get a little quiet. But yeah, that's you know, this is the other thing I love about RV parks is you're absolutely right. All about the alternatives that mention this is that it's a gated community.
It really, yeah.
You know, there's so many times that I love that fact of that stupid little arm that comes down that makes me feel all safe and secure.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. We are full-time travelers more than we are the RV life. We're not camping. It is very seldom that we camp. We haven't camped in like what, 3 years?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
But we do travel full time. So, you know, RV parks for us are home bases that we could take off from, and we still want that, you know, whatever. But there's a pool right out here, a beautiful pool. Beautiful pool.
Yeah.
I haven't used it yet.
Nope.
So, you know, there's that. But you pay for that little bit of stuff there. Let's see. Greg Prince, hello, sir. Hello, guys. Sitting by the fire with 2 of the grandkids. S'mores are already being consumed. I love it. Let's see. As long as, yeah. That reminds me, J&A Review. That's another channel. If you guys want to see.
Hi, guys.
Is Jeremy and I spoke for an hour or so the other day. J&A Review. If you want to see an RV review channel from somebody, and I can't stress this enough, from somebody who does not work for a dealership, finally being done. It's just somebody giving you the straight and skinny.
And they are a legitimate husband and wife team. And the best part is they tell you what size the TV is in the RV.
And if they don't, you tell them, hey, wait a minute, I feel ripped off because Bob said you would. And so did Karri. But check out J&A Review. These guys, this is what YouTube is about, is channels like J&A Review and channels like Big Family Expedition is just wholesome content. And it's so nice to see, as some of these other channels have gotten huge, at the end of the day, an honest review is what I care about. In with J&A, that's what I'm getting. I'm getting just their perspective as a couple on that RV, and I don't have to worry about, are they doing it because of, they have product to move or whatever the deal is. And that's really what this should be about.
Well, excusez-moi.
Currently, so Big Family Expedition, speaking of them, they're currently in Canada. We have a lot of fun adventures planned. It's a tight fit, but we made it happen.
Nice.
Small space, lots of love over here.
That's cool.
Better send me some pictures, and we need to get together at some point. Let's see. So what is it? Estes Park, Colorado. Elk will be. Oh yeah. So here's the thing. We Thousand Trails. Let's talk about Thousand Trails real quick. How many people here are traveling and using Thousand Trails? Because I know I catch a lot of flack for this too. Thousand Trails right now. If you have an issue with a Thousand Trails park, and normally people are always trying to figure out how to get notice and how to get things corrected. When you get that survey in the email, make sure you're filling that out, because I got an immediate response to my review of of the last Thousand Trails park that we stayed in. That was just horrendous. And that's the thing about Thousand Trails. If you need it, because it makes it affordable. I mean, we can argue
it really does.
$3-4 a night, right? But it's a lot of mismanaged properties, and until people start speaking up in mass, it's not going to get changed at all. No Missouri travelers, no Thousand Trails parks in Missouri. We know, but you do have escapees parks. There's one right in Branson.
Is it Raccoon Valley?
Yep.
It's a cute little place.
And wasn't bad, reasonably priced. I think with an escapees membership, like $25.
Yep.
A night, which was great. And Branson's a cute little town too. So it's those kind of things. With Thousand Trails, we do have a couple scheduled, just because we've been told we have to check out a couple of them. But that Blue Mesa one in Colorado looks really new.
I saw pictures of that today.
Yeah, it looks like it just came online for Thousand Trails, and there's some, whatever, people talking that, it's get into it now before it turns into a full-blown Thousand Trails. But it looks like it should be interesting, to say the least. I don't know. There's been some Thousand Trails. Our first year, man, we love Thousand Trails. As we got out there a little more, it became a lot of mismanaged parks, and it is what it is. And that's going to bring up the other part of the things that we hear about RV life on the road and traveling. We were just talking about this the other night, which was
talk about a lot.
Yeah, we do talk a lot, or especially me. But it was about RV parks being constantly full all the time, and somebody was making a list of things that they couldn't do and whatever, with our the usual, my Black Tank dirty video and all the bad things about RV life. And one of them was they couldn't get a reservation anywhere, and we don't see that. We see that whenever we want something, we can pretty much get it, with the exception of a Thousand Trails park or a state park. We have a lot of problems getting into state parks. The one that we go to from here, we were very lucky to get into, and we're only there like 6 nights, and we had to split that over two different sites, but we got it. But for most campgrounds, I hear a perfect example is here. We're right in the middle of everything, and the rod run was this weekend and everything else. There's like 12, 13 spots open here.
And I modified this one, 2-3 times before we got here.
And that's it. And it was, what was the last one we were at? Coastal Georgia RV Resort was amazing, but they were at most maybe 45% capacity. We're seeing this all over the place, with the exception of Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach
It's always
books
full.
up during the on season, but for the most part, everywhere in the country we've been, we've had no problems getting into places or anything like that. So a lot of these videos that come out, take them with a grain of salt, especially if you're looking for these channels to start the RV life. Because my goodness, there's a lot of stuff out there that's just wrong. Like the information is, we played this game Sunday, right? Was it Sunday?
Yeah.
Sunday. Let's go through and we'll log in with our personal account and check out some RV videos. And I was just shocked by the misinformation and the stuff that's out there.
That's the point.
But then again, it goes back to
Shocking.
right, and non-fluencing.
Right.
It's a and that's another thing. Missouri Travelers with the Corps of Engineer Parks, we like the Corps of Engineers parks. There was a couple of them up in New Hampshire that we liked. Uh, the only problem that we find on a few of them is not sewer hookups.
Yeah.
And I have the portable poo tank and everything, but I try not to do that. So sometimes, depending on what mood I'm in, I'll skip a COE because I don't want to deal with that because I'm spoiled. But it really comes down to how much work you want to put in there and do some of that stuff. It's crazy. But we're gonna. I don't make this go. I can't believe the hour has gone by
always
so
goes by
quick.
so fast.
But it was, it's probably a million other things that I'm thinking of and want to get out there. But the big takeaways were Hershey. If you guys hear differently, let us know. But we're hearing that was not one of their better years, despite the numbers they put up. And what does that mean for Tampa this year? Because that's going to be interesting. As the invites have already started going out for channels to be part of that. And we also just didn't see the usual suspects in Hershey this year.
No, it was very different.
Which is, I don't know what to say. Full-time dream, a lot of big channels sugarcoat real travel life. And I'll say this, I think you saw more of that during the pandemic than you did any other time. Now, what I'm seeing, I'll probably get hit for my wife for saying this. What I'm seeing now is a bunch of TNA that I can't stand. I think it's disgusting. I don't need to see half-naked people running in and out of their rig because they think that no one's ever seen body parts before. And the other part is you actually have the opposite, where you have everybody just crapping over the entire lifestyle.
So we're not gonna do the thumbnail of you in a Speedo?
No.
Oh, come on.
No. I get everybody wants views. I'd rather make content that obviously people want to subscribe to, but some of the stuff I'm seeing, Facebook especially, with these reels and these shorts about people come out with it. Come on, ladies. That's almost like
put your chesticles away.
Chesticles. Wow, that was a good one. It's just one of those things. Maybe at some point it's going to have a reset on YouTube. I don't know. But at the same time, what is it saying about the audience when the views are in the thousands because somebody's in a thong washing their RV in the middle of September? And that's the thumbnail. And that's all they put up. It's but it's true. We've had quite a few of these that we've seen that I don't know if the content's any good or not, but I'm assuming that if you're leading in your thumbnail with your ass end out and that's the best you got, I don't know.
See, and I really thought when your pants split on the frog togs and you're all bent over going like this, I thought that was going to be a killer. That was aces.
You want to see the sexiest thumbnail ever from a grown man? You go back in the archives, and there's a video that we did on Betty's, and it wasn't a sponsored thing. We bought Betty's, and we were so happy with these Betty's that we spent $300 on.
Those things are a freaking lifesaver.
So I said, hey, let's make a video out of it. This is way back when we had like 1,000 subscribers, and there's me on all fours on the bed, looking back with that Austin Powers thing going. And because who cared? No one's going to
You
watch the
did the
video.
George Costanza thing too.
I've
Like you
done
were like,
that.
oh,
I've done a few. Thumbnails are a funny thing. If you have too much fun with it, you're clickbait. If you don't have any fun with it, you're boring. We're just
yeah.
glad that, and I will say this, and this isn't butt kissing to anybody here, but we are so honored and blessed with the audience that we have. You guys are absolutely incredible. We see what the response to videos are for other channels when we do deep dives. We try not to cover too many topics that somebody else has covered.
Mm-hmm.
And when we see the comment sections of other videos, I can't stress enough that this growth that we've had on YouTube has been organic. Um, when we started full time living just under 2 years ago and we rebranded to Life Redesigned, we had about 1,100 subscribers. And you all have been just absolutely amazing. There's not a day that goes by that Karri and I aren't recognizing how blessed we are,
Mm-hmm.
just to be able to, one, make content,
Yep.
two, make content that more than just us watch. And this, the
And you
I,
just get to know people. Like he can come out and just say Alan, or I can say Joy or whatever, but like, and we know who we're talking about.
yeah,
Like I don't know.
Joy's a perfect
It's
example.
pretty cool.
Joy's a perfect example where I'll be like, "Hey, did you see Joy's comment this morning?" And Karri knows exactly who we're talking about. Lawrence from my friend Lawrence
Oh,
in Canada
hey,
is another one,
Lawrence.
and there's so many of Greg Prince here, and there's
Yep.
so many of you guys through here, and I'm gonna feel horrible because I didn't remember everybody's name.
Yeah.
But it is legitimately the stuff that keeps us going. The
Mm-hmm.
emails that come through, even the call outs I've put on 15 pounds because I've been going through some stuff, and we'll end up getting back on the diet. I would say probably after Thanksgiving, but
Christmas, first of the year.
but there's those little things that it's really a thing with us that, again, I can't stress enough. All organic growth. We don't buy subscribers. We don't buy views because I'm cheap. Maybe I should. Uh,
No.
but it's all been just this organic thing that's just been incredible. And there's never a day that goes by that we regret doing this. And I mean, sometimes we regret the amount of work we put on ourselves.
But we don't take it for granted either. Like,
Absolutely not. And that's
especially when we get annoyed because it is a lot of work, and you get annoyed and you have discussions, so to speak.
we have arguments
And
over
then
YouTube.
you get emails of what people are going through, and you're like, damn it, like why? Like I mean, it's great to see it, but like, okay, so why are we arguing? Because there are people that appreciate and look forward to what we do.
And we never want to put out bad content,
No,
rush content.
no.
And all our content has been very calculated as to when we put it out and what message we want to be, because a lot of it has to do with our mood. If we're in a bad mood, you're getting a bad mood video. If we're in a happy mood video, you're getting what you got last week. There's so much stuff that even the video that's coming out this Thursday, which is more of a travel video. It's all about our adventure getting here. Um, it, it meant something to us, and it is so great to
Mm-hmm.
have people that share that. This is a way beyond money, because the money isn't relevant to us, and we donate half of this out anyway. But it's a matter of just having that. I don't know, the fact that you touch someone's life it's kind of a big
And
deal.
that you're helping in some small way.
And to wrap these down, no, Greg, no multicolored loofahs.
No.
Let's see. Joy, with the party who wants to sell the house and get another RV, let me tell you something. It's a lot. It's a lot. And we try to give an honest view down the middle, but there are days it's a lot. I think you'll see in the next couple of months, we have a lot of new video topics that we're working on. I think we've actually done something we've never done. We've planned out the next 2 months because we have stuff coming up. Some of the topics that we're going to be talking about are going to be something you probably want to pay attention in that. because there's a lot of stuff that people don't think about. Um, and that's is at least with both of you are authentic. We try to be. I don't ever want to be something different off camera than what we are on, and we've met too many YouTubers who are exactly that way, and it drives me nuts. I don't know how you remember who you are at that point. Let's see. I think from here we're probably just going to wind this down because I don't want to keep everybody all night. But I will say this: check out Thursday's video. We had a lot of fun with that one, and let us know your thoughts on videos like that. We've kind of put ourselves into this corner of making these list videos and informative videos, and we like to do a mixture of the two at some
Because we do go out and have fun too,
and Alan, I want to come on to your live stream and say hello. I'm off from work tonight. I'm going to spend time with a friend tonight. Well, thank you, and you have the best night as well. So let us know if there's something in content that you don't like seeing on the channel. Let us know. We're open to suggestions. Doesn't mean we're going to agree with you, but that's okay. But we do try to have a variety because there's so many diverse groups of people here. So that's it. If I'm going to open it up to questions, if you guys have questions, fire them away. As we just hit the 1 hour mark. Crazy that I talked that much.
It was not all you.
No, trust me, they're going to tell me that it's,
oh, wow.
Greg,
and this is
the kind of comments from Greg that gets me, and you're going to get me all worked up. It's not us that helped you through cancer, Greg. It's you and your motivation that got you through cancer. That's a tough thing.
And now you're sitting having s'mores with the grandkids.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Absolutely. And this is the stuff that we take incredibly
seriously.
It's see, I'm gonna get all emotional. I have a reputation to keep. Remember, I'm the disruptor. I'm the hack. I'm the disruptor. I'm the what else do they call me? What else do the YouTubers call me? I'm the
right now you're the birthday guy. So
I'm the birthday guy. And really more importantly, I'm husband, I'm father. That's what matters to me.
Exactly.
All right. On that note, guys, thank you for joining me on this rumbling day and just rambling.
Careful what you wish for, Jeremy.
Jeremy, as long as you got the shirt that says Bob is always right, I'll sit down with you anytime. Kenny and Chrissy, thank you so much, and I'm sure that the people who were gifted those memberships today are very appreciative. That was awesome of you to do. If you don't have your live stream so late and past my bedtime, I'd be there more. But I do want to say thank you to everybody. We're going to close it down here. Hopefully, we'll be back with another one of these soon.
Yeah.
Good night, everyone. And thank you so much for joining us. Chuck and Penelope. That's right, Paul.
That's right. Penelope says.
Chuck and Penelope. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Wait a minute. I don't know how to end this. So now I'm going to say good night again.
Good night.
Good night.